So is a power war brewing in Mumbai? Well, it does seem so because with Tata Power refusing to supply 500 megawatts to Reliance Infrastructure, what else can we call it, Neeraj, except a power war? Reliance Infra supplies, as we know, 1500 megawatts to Mumbai and takes 500 megawatts from Tata Power. The companies will meet with the Maharashtra Energy Secretary to resolve the dispute. We are now joined by Lalit Jalan, CEO, Reliance Infrastructure. Mr. Jalan, when we were talking in the break, you told me that this is not exactly a power war. So how would you characterize what is going on the ground?
Yeah, morning Andy, morning Neeraj, and thank you for having me on the show. See, this is not really a question of a fight between two companies. We must understand the context of the situation in Bombay. Bombay, if we see, has got a total demand of 3100 megawatts today, and all the power of Reliance and all the power of Tata's combined total up to only about 2500, leaving Bombay 600 short. So this 600 shortage of power anyway has to be bought from outside. Now the second situation is in the early 80s and 90s when Tatas were setting up these power plants. That time, companies were short of equity, and all the consumers of Mumbai had contributed towards the equity of the Tata power plants. The total equity contributed by the consumers of Mumbai totaled to about 533 crores. This was a number which was initially ignored by the Tata company. Later on, they accepted that yes, this money has come from the consumers, but they have come with a very curt reply that the benefits have already gone to them. Now let me give you an analogy. Suppose I to the equity of a company, and after 10 years the company says, well, you don't have any shares. You have got the advantage of capital appreciation and dividends for 10 years, you don't have any more rights. It is exactly akin to that. So here you have the 28 lakh consumers in my area who have contributed, say, half of that amount, and that, listen, we will not supply to you anymore. So you got to go and procure that power from outside. If this happens, Tata company will make what I call a completely supernormal profit of something like 1200 crores a year, and the consumers of suburban Mumbai will have to dish out these 1200 crores to fill the coffers of Tatas. It's completely lunatic. So it is not to do with Reliance.
Mr. Jalan, in which case, just to reconfirm this, are you saying that if indeed it is you who wins the case, or wins the battle as you would call it, the power tariffs would remain the same, and if it doesn't happen, then the low-end consumers of Mumbai who are already paying fairly high rates, to my mind, would actually end up paying higher?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The difference between having the Tata Power and not having the Tata Power will have a difference of almost like 1,000 crores. And if suppose they are withdrawing this power from me and selling it in the free market outside, Tata will make an additional profit of 1,000 crores. I in turn will have to buy this power so that consumers don't have load shedding, and this 1,000 crores will have to be paid by them.
Right, Mr. Jalan, so two parts to my question. One is that, as you say, roughly about 500 megawatts is what the consumers of Mumbai have paid, and so they effectively have shareholding and rights towards that amount of power. Legally, where does this standing leave you? I mean, legally, are you entitled to this amount of power as per your own legal counsel?
This is, it's a question of consumer has paid for the equity. I haven't paid for that equity. So the power rightfully belongs to the consumers of Mumbai, and that is why this question is now uppermost in the minds of the government, that and government is now apprised of all these facts, that how come a power plant which has got all the approvals from the government of Mumbai, government of Maharashtra, to set up power to supply to Mumbai, and after you have got the approvals, after you have got the equity money from the consumers of Mumbai, you suddenly want to take benefit of some interpretation of the law and say that I have a freedom to sell to whoever because I don't want to sell to Reliance. You are not selling to me, you are selling to the consumers of Mumbai. I'm only a distributor. So I buy power from you and I supply to all of you. All of you could be my customers. So I buy the power at say X rupees and I charge only X rupees from you. I don't add money to that X rupees. I don't make money on the power at which I buy.
So Mr. Jalan, what you're saying is that Tata Power wants to sell the power outside Mumbai to other people when it is consumers of Mumbai who've actually contributed towards the equity capital of the power plants which produce that power. Now this sounds really...
Absolutely. And in fact, while we speak today, they are still selling power outside Mumbai, and 100 megawatts of Tatas are still going outside Mumbai. The Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, has promised on the floor of the House that all power produced by the Mumbai producers, which means Reliance and Tatas, will be sold only to Mumbai at regulated rates. But in spite of that assurance, Tatas are continuing to sell outside, and they are threatening us and threatening the government that they want to post April 30 take away more of this 500 megawatts and sell it outside. It's completely crazy. I don't understand.
Right. Mr. Jalan,
it's a question now which is between,
sorry, but I was just coming to it from a stock market perspective per se. Just give us a sense, just in case the decision doesn't come in your favor and you have to purchase the additional power from outside, which would mean it comes at a higher cost to you. And assuming that you can't pass on the rates or the higher cost to the consumers of Mumbai because they would probably shift to other power centers, or probably there would be a dharna of some sort, I don't know what. Does it entail a financial hit that you as a company will have to take if indeed it doesn't materialize in your favor?
No, there is no hit to Reliance Infrastructure. As per the Electricity Act, the power purchase cost is a pass-through. We have made all attempts to buy power at the lower price. In case this power is not made available to us, we will have to buy this power at the next best available price, and then that cost of power will be passed on to my consumers who are with me, and their tariffs will go up appropriately. We basically make money on the network. So we have built this network over 80 years. If you want to replicate this network today, it will cost you 15,000 crores. And the only return we get is on the money that we have spent on building this network. The power purchase that we do is just a pass-through. We don't make money on the power purchase cost. So we will make money on our network. Consumers will pay the additional money. Tatas would then make additional profits of 1,000 crores. So it will accrue to their bottom line. So the money will go to Tatas. So if you look at the two sides of the balance sheet, then the consumers
thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us clarity on that. Quickly check out those two stocks for you. Tata Power, I think, has gone down even as we were conducting the interview. So 1,000 crores of supernormal profits as put by Mr. Jalan is what we're looking at. Of course, matter is subject as it will depend on really what the outcome comes from the regulatory authorities. Reliance Infrastructure, pull that stock up for you also and see what it's doing over the last couple of weeks and months. Actually, that stock not looking so good. 1123 down about 1% in trade. Very quickly tell you what our technical chartists are saying at this point. Devang Visaria's picks for you in this slightly volatile market. Sell on Hindalco, so it's those metal counters that are coming under the scanner and finding their way out of the portfolio. 174 is the target price, and a sell on Maruti as well. Numbers out there obviously not matching expectations. 1185 is the target on that one. Well, it's time for me to say goodbye, but very quickly on the other side, lots more corporate action coming up. Stay tuned right here to ET Now. You're watching Market Sense with Andy Mukherjee.